what? So you've been in the State Department, you've been on the front lines, you've been in Europe, you've been in Congress.
Mhm.
What do you think? What options?
Well, I
we
think obviously we should shut down the Russian economy. Our big problem there is that Russia is being driven into the arms of China, and that creates this Cold War axis that you were talking about earlier, of that is so evident and so real that we are going to have to deal with. But having said that, we, I think, are going to have to do everything we can to support Ukraine. They are showing incredible bravery at this point. They are not an insignificant community. Not to say that Serbia was, but this is 41 million people, now down to 39 and a half or so because of the exodus. But these are people who are committed to saving their homeland, and there have been times, time and again, that have demonstrated that when people are defending their home turf, they have an added advantage that sometimes outweighs the numbers. Russia certainly knows that story, from Napoleon to Hitler to the current present day. But now they're the invader, and they're dealing with a very entrenched and committed Ukrainian community that I think is ready to go to the very last man and woman to defend their country. So they need all the support that they can get. That support has to be not just Tomahawk missiles and anti-tank guns. They need to have the air power. They need to have the ability to cover the air, to keep the Russians away from their installations, and they need essentially the numbers on the ground to fight off the Russians as they approach yet today the third nuclear reactor that they will have under control if they succeed in doing that. So these are military equipment, military ammunition and arms and devices, and then there's the humanitarian aid. They need food. They need, not only energy for their tanks and vehicles, they need energy for their military. And, I want to just take 1 second to say, I have been so impressed with Zelensky. He is, when you first learned that a comedic actor whose best role was on some reality TV show in Ukraine was elected to president. Well, in this age of celebrity politicians, I'm not sure that I had that positive an image. We've certainly had our own celebrity president, and that has not worked well for us. But what he has been able to do, and how he has stood up for his country and rallied his forces, and you've seen the man mature right before your very eyes. And I think that tells me that there's still hope in the world for good leadership, although I'm not finding it anywhere else that I can see. But Zelensky has understood how to behave, how to rally his troops, how to work with his allies. And I think that Ukraine has a fighting chance because this man has